What would you do if you couldn't fail? Still have to do the work.
I have the best hiking shoes of all time.
But if success was certain, how would it change your perspective?
2-year-old Air Force Ones.
See, most people live like a car dealer. They move inventory in and out as fast as possible, and all they can think about is the next sale. Alternatively, consider an architect. They approach each project with meticulous care, and they collaborate with their clients. They aren't interested in quick flips. They understand something magical about the universe. If you build something that the right person values, nothing else matters.
Top of the world.
Top.
You could work for 80 hours a week, squeezing every dollar out of your clients, or you could spend half that time building something magical, something timeless. So why do most people live life like a car dealer? One word: uncertainty. The architect's job is not easy. It requires a ton of skills to build it, and there will be countless problems and issues they will run into that they need to fix. Foundation, framing, plumbing, electricity, heating, ventilation, air conditioning, roofing, windows, doors, interior finishing. And the difficult thing is nobody sees any of it. They'll see the front of the building and judge it in 2 seconds. If they dislike it, nothing else matters.
I'm filming someone filming content.
Nobody cares that you got the electricity working perfectly. The homeowners just wring your neck if it's not working. Nobody cares about your perfect HVAC system. They care if your house looks hideous or not. Marketing and the presentation is what everyone judges the architect for. The uncertainty is that the architect can do 99.9% of it perfectly. But if they mess up on the presentation, all of the work was for nothing. And so most people live like a car dealer for their entire lives. They never build anything. They show up to work, do their job, and go home for 40 plus years. It's safer, it pays the bills, there's no risk whatsoever, and you don't have to think. So why create? Why build anything at all? For most people, this may work. But no matter the time period, there have always been a select 2 to 5% of the population that just can't wrap their head around this type of lifestyle. They can't imagine doing something so dull for the rest of their lives. Maybe it's something they've had from birth, maybe it's an experience they had along the way, or maybe they really resonated with a TikTok.
Dude, are you fucking kidding me? What are you doing?
Or maybe it's all three. Regardless, we call these the audacious few. They stare into countless risk and uncertainty and fears and limiting beliefs, and for some reason, they walk right into it. Even when their logical side of them thinks it's not worth it or the probabilities are low, they choose to step anyways. And the second they do, they will taste adventure for the first time.
Just film everything and use it later if you want to or not.
The strongest drug humanity will ever see. So if you're at the crossroads at this point of your life, thinking about the size of your vision, contemplating whether it's worth it to go for it, the only reason you'd fail is if you give up. See, the architect might make a hideous house and have nobody willing to buy it, but he's already done 99% of the work. That foundation and the framing are sturdy, the plumbing is perfection, the HVAC is pristine, the windows and doors are exquisite. All he has to do is repaint the house. And once the house is repainted, he can put it back on the market and keep trying to sell it until someone will pay for it. And once he figures out what house color people love, he can use this blueprint for every new house he makes. He can outsource everything and do little work and still rake in 10 times more profit than the car dealer. Because the architect built something. He solved a problem and he now gets paid in proportion to the difficulty of the problem he solved. The car dealer continues hustling because if they stop, everything stops. The architect can work 4 hours a week and spend his days on a beach in Monaco with the fellow billionaires. The odds of success are low because people give up or refuse to check their ego. If the architect thought his home was perfect and refused to repaint it, then he's screwed. You must be humble enough to admit what you don't know. You may be an architect of plumbing, electricity, HVAC, and all the rest, but maybe you could learn a thing or two about painting or color theory.
If one is brave enough to admit where he's wrong and persistent enough to keep going, one simply cannot lose. Final stretch.
From this understanding, all stress and anxiety will dissipate. Long-term thinking and not quitting at the first sign of adversity means you have nothing to worry about. Short-term problems now feel like fun challenges and obstacles. You wouldn't want to do a video game on a level so easy you could beat it in 5 seconds. You don't remember that. You remember overcoming the adversity. You remember the achievement despite the challenge. But you no longer need to stress over it, because as long as you maintain humility and persistence, your dreams will happen. Take the first step, work towards it, visualize and dream about the end goal, stay squarely focused on it, because after all, you're only one away.
Immediate attack. Infiltrate the enemy.